welcome back to Kim Cooks Live, where I teach you how to make amazingly healthy, delicious meals, snacks, smoothies, all the food you need in your life for you and your family. Everything is life-changing because it will give you energy. It will help to improve your skin, your beauty, your overall health and wellness. Everything is super easy to make. Everything happens to be gluten-free and plant-based, and everything is properly food combined for your best digestion. And today we are making the world famous glowing green smoothie, which I'm super excited to demo for you guys. I realize I've actually never demoed it in this space, although I've made our famous GGS on Dr. Oz, on Good Morning America, on the Today Show, on Access Hollywood Live, on pretty much, most major national television shows. I'm so passionate about this recipe because it is the foundation of my philosophy. It sums up so many different principles. It's something that is easy to make. It's something you can do for yourself, for your family, for your little ones. I give it to my little baby son every day. He loves it. I make it for the whole family. It's something I've been doing for years and years, and I would love for it to be part of your life as well. So I'm going to launch right in. I'm going to do the demo, and I'll talk you through different variations, different ways you can make it fresh and seasonal and delicious. We do want to rotate a lot of the different ingredients, but there's some that we don't want to put in here from a food combining perspective, and we'll talk through all of it. So yay, GGS time. Hi guys, starting to come in. I will, yes, so Stephanie's already asking the difference between a juice and a smoothie. So I first want to say right off the bat, we're going to be making it here in the Vitamix. This is a smoothie. It is the glowing green smoothie. There is something called the glowing green juice, which is of course a juice. We have it at the Four Seasons, my Four Seasons juice bar. That's also great. It's a supplement. But the difference between a smoothie and a juice is that when you blend, you'll see we're going to put everything in this blender. We're not taking anything out. When you see all this beautiful produce, we've got cilantro here and spinach and romaine, everything goes in and everything goes into our body. So what I mean by that is the fiber and the juice both go in. And the fiber is really important because the fiber is what keeps us naturally satiated. It gives us sustained energy. It helps to clear out waste. It actually even feeds the lining, our gut lining, and helps us to create the right short-chain fatty acids, which helps to reduce inflammation. So fiber is absolutely crucial to wellness and to health. And just by having the GGS every day, for many of us, for the average American that's only getting 9 to 13 grams of fiber, you could almost double your fiber intake, which is incredible. So right now what I'm going to demo is an entire batch of GGS. This would be, depending if you're having 16 ounces, if you're having 20 ounces, this would be 3 to 4 servings. Because what we're going to make here is about 60 ounces. So this is not a single serving size. Don't worry, you're like, oh my God, that's so much. This is something that you can cover, you can share with your family, but you can also enjoy it over a couple of days. It's not like a juice where we're masticating the cells and it oxidizes very quickly. This is something that you can have for a few days, which makes it very doable in your life. So what I added in for the full batch here is 2 cups of water. Pull you guys a little closer so you can see. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. So we're gonna do 2 cups of water. That is the base, you guys. It is super simple. We're not doing almond milk here. We are not doing anything else, really. If we love almond milk, love hemp milk, we're gonna save that for the power protein later. This, the GGS, the function is cleansing and rebuilding. We're getting all the minerals, all the greatness from the greens and the fruit, but we don't need any super concentrated fat and protein, so the base is always water. Now, I use room temperature water. Some of you may want to know about icy water or adding ice. That's an okay transition if someone is, not used to greens. It may help for it to be super cold. I've done that with clients before, but eventually we don't necessarily need the ice. It's going to be more hydrating at closer to room temperature. So I can make this in my sleep. I've made this a billion times, so I'm just eyeballing it. But what I just put in is about 7 cups of spinach. And you can start to see how green it's already looking. We're gonna pack it down. And what I'm gonna take here is some of this. Okay, so let's clear this up right now. See this dark, beautiful, leafy romaine, how gorgeous it is? This is not iceberg lettuce. I get this question all the time. Oh my gosh, iceberg. No, this is dark, leafy romaine. We wanna use a mix of different greens because greens have different mineral and makeup their composition is very different. So we want to mix and match. I'm making the classic recipe right now, which has dark leafy romaine, not iceberg. Thank you. Spinach. I'm like packing it in there. So we may have to do a couple blends. And then there's celery, which I've written about in the Beauty Detox Foods. My second book is really fantastic for balancing our electrolytes, which shows up in our face. Namely, is under eye circles when we have too much sodium, not enough organic potassium. We start to look puffy. It means on the inside there's imbalance. Celery has organic sodium, it has organic potassium, so it's great just for creating that overall balance. So then, this is actually from my garden, you guys. My garden is starting to bear. I'm super excited. This parsley, fresh, and cilantro. And I really love cilantro. Some of us don't like the taste, and if you don't like the taste, of course, you don't have to have it. But cilantro is so fantastic. I talk about this a lot, is the ability to chelate, to bind to heavy metals and escort them out of your body. And that's really key because heavy metals inflame us. They create free radicals. They're a huge cause of aging. Heavy metals come in from the water supply, from the food supply, from air pollution, from walking down the street and like breathing that dirty bus air. So cilantro cleans. There's actually clinical research around this, particularly in Japan and Asia. It is just a wonderful practice, if you like the taste of cilantro, to throw it in your GGS. And so you can see I'm doing this in a very rough way. You could try to take some of the big stems off, but I don't like peel every single leaf off. It would take way too long. You really just want to get it all in there. So you can see that right now all I have in here is 2 cups of water and greens. The whole blender is packed with greens. So at this point we're going to do a first blend. Number 1, because I simply don't have room, and number 2, to get all that nutrition, all the minerals, everything we want from the greens, we need to blend this longer than the lemon juice and some of the fruit that's going in next. So I'm going to turn my Vitamix on. And what I love about this blender is this is called the tamper, so you can just push it down and just get everything going in there. And another kind of blender that doesn't have it, you might have to stop, push it down. Okay, look. So this is all the green liquid magic right here. You can see that was so much greens, you guys, and it gets down to here. So this is what's really powerful about drinking the GGS every day. You and I would never chew enough to get this type of nutrition. We live in a busy world. We're often eating lunch on the go, or even at our desk. I do it too sometimes, or with our child, whatever we're doing. So we're not really getting the full nutrition. When you blend, it's in essence pre-digesting these greens, so you're able to blast the cell class walls and get all that nutrition into your body. So it's priceless. It's better than eating like 5 salads. So I just blended all those greens, and now I'm actually going to even put some more romaine in there. So the official recipe is on KimberlySnyder.com. I'll walk you guys through this at the end, but basically it's 2 cups of water, about 7 cups of spinach, 6 cups of romaine, a handful, or let's say half a cup to a cup of cilantro, 2 celery stalks, or the greens. Now, that being said, that's the classic recipe, and I very much encourage you to mix and match. So you don't want to have spinach every single day for the rest of your life. You don't want to have anything for the rest of your life every single day. You want to mix and get that rotation in, which keeps the balance. So some days I put kale. I'm growing chard right now in my garden, so I tend to use a lot more chard than I ever did before. You could do arugula, although keep in mind it may be a little bit more spicy. Mustard greens would also be spicy. Bok choy. Whatever looks good at the market. Now we're getting into like the prime time at the farmer's market, but mix and match your greens, but it's about 70% green. So you're doing the first blend just to really get those greens down. Now we're gonna add in some high fiber fruit. So remember, this amount of fruit is spread over 4 serving sizes. So in the classic recipe, what we're putting, and I just did a rough chop here because my Vitamix is so powerful, it's just gonna blend it up, of a pear. Here we go. High fiber fruits, we're adding a whole pear, and then also this pretty small-ish apple, but this delicious organic gala apple is the one I like a lot. If you have candida, let's talk about that in a second. But right now I'm just using this Gala apple and I'm putting it in. Apple has a very special fiber called pectin, which is especially detoxifying. So we're adding in this, and then we're also taking a ripe banana. And I'm gonna, some of us like to use a frozen banana. So you can peel a bunch of bananas, put them in a bag, put them in your freezer, and that would make it extra cold and smooth. And you could definitely do that in lieu of ice if you want that sort of texture. Now, here's what I do with my lemons now. I just take the whole lemon and, let's see. There we go. Hi. I'm gonna bend down so you can see my face and you can also see the cutting board. Hello. So I'm just gonna actually cut the lemon skin off. Now, in the past, sometimes I would like get out the lemon core and I would juice the lemon, but honestly, like it's just another thing to wash, and I don't really like washing a lot of things. I like to keep it super streamlined and simple. Plus, there's actually quite a bit of vitamin C in the pith and in the skin of the lemon. You guys can see, so all I did was remove the seeds, pop you back up, and I'm just gonna throw that whole thing into my blender. And it's even okay if it's organic that you get a little bit of the skin, because honestly there's quite a bit of natural essential oils and vitamin C and antioxidants in there. So you guys get that? I did water, first blended the greens, and I did all the fruit, apple, pear, banana, and lemon. And now I'm gonna do my second blend. Make sure your top is on. I was on, oh my gosh, Access Hollywood Live. It was a live show, and I didn't put the top on all the way. Anyways, let's just say it wasn't a total disaster, but the host was like, whoa, and it kind of spurted around. So I'm actually a little bit skittish about blending live now. And make sure it's on super low. Okay, there we go. We're blending it again. You see the light here. And here's the thing, I don't like to over blend. I want you to only blend as much as you need to get it pretty smooth. Because when we start to overheat is when we can start to destroy some of the natural vitamins and enzymes. So we just do till it's silky and smooth. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I don't have a Vitamix? What if I don't have a high-powered blender? In that case, I would rather you cut your produce and veggies into smaller pieces and do it piece by piece than jamming everything in and heating it for a really long time. So just do it in batches. Hold on, I need a glass. So, whoop. So, da-da-da, are you ready for the pour? This is my favorite thing. And sometimes, oh look, here's a little stem. Sometimes if there's a chunk, like I honestly don't care. I like to chew it a little bit. But what I want you guys to see is how silky this pour is. Ready? Hold on, let me move my hand. See that? Isn't that amazing? Like a little chunk got in, but I don't care because I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna chew it anyway. Just a little piece of cilantro. So this glass is about, I would say, 16 to 18 ounces or so. This is a starting point for a serving size. You can build from there if you're not used to having a lot of fiber. Across the board, this is already a lot of fiber. So good, so much energy. You will become addicted to the energy you feel from this. Over time, you can build up more to 24 ounces, which is what I personally have a day. Now, what I was gonna say earlier before I forget is if you have Candida, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to KimberlySnyder.com and read about it. We're not gonna talk about it here, but it's basically a overgrowth of a natural yeast in our microbiome, and it can create everything from chronic bloating, acne, low energy, feeling spacey. I had very severe Candida. I had really bad acne. I was bloated all the time. It's very difficult for me to lose weight, and it wasn't until I balanced that first was I able to go forward. So if you have any of these issues or you suspect like there's something going on with you, go to KimberlySnyder.com. As I said, I have a lot of blogs on this. I write about it a lot in my first book, The Beauty Detox Solution. And in that case, what we would do is you would take out the apple, pear, banana, because when you have Candida, you do no sugar, even sweet fruit. We would leave the lemon juice in. You can have non-sweet fruit. You could even add a little bit of stevia, or you could just add more lemon juice and have it really bright. But I would, when I had Candida, I put a little bit of stevia, and that's what you would do for a time. Or you could try a sour green apple, which would be okay because it's much lower in sugar. So So those are the options, but this is the classic GGS recipe. I'll say it again, for the full batch of 64 ounces, which is a whole blender full. Again, 2 cups of water, 7 cups of spinach, 6 cups of romaine, 2 celery sticks chopped, 1 apple, 1 pear, 1 banana, the juice of a lemon, and then bonus is the cilantro and the parsley, which I highly recommend. So why do we drink this every day? First of all, I want you guys to feel how heavy this is. Eventually, you can't feel it, but it is super heavy. This is gonna give you all that sustained energy. This is like liquid gold that will give you that glowing skin that you're looking for in as little as a few days. The energy is amazing. So I've had so many clients that have, 3, 4 cups of coffee a day. And once they start incorporating this into their morning, they drop down to 1 cup a day. It's going to flush your body with antioxidants, enzymes, vitamins, minerals, all these phytonutrients that scientists can't even start to extract from plants alone because they work together synergistically. There's all these different cofactors that help our body really absorb and utilize this nutrition. So when you're getting the real stuff, the whole fruits and vegetables together, you really can't beat it. Just the amazing, life-changing, energy-changing, wellness-changing properties, the amount you can focus, the amount your skin glows, your hair will start to grow better. So it's part of that daily practice that I really recommend. I also recommend starting the day with this, with your hot water with lemon. So you start with sustained energy and you start from a cleansing standpoint. That's why it's so simple. It's just water as the base, greens and fruit and that lemon juice. And that lemon juice is important because it helps us hit a certain threshold of vitamin C to absorb the non-heme iron, the plant-based iron, so we get that glow. I do not recommend using almond milk. This is not the smoothie where we want to put in protein powder or chia seeds or flax seeds or walnuts or all these wonderful ingredients, I would say, for the power of protein. That's when you can put in more of the concentrated proteins and fats that serve a different function. This is in the morning. This is for energy. This is to build your system up. All that fruit is going to clean you out. It's going to give you all those vitamins. The greens are going to give you minerals, even more antioxidants. But the concentrated fat and protein we save for a little bit later. So in the morning, we're in cleanse mode. Our bodies are naturally cleaning out. We just have broken the fast of not having eaten since dinner the night before. We want to put things in our body that are easily assimilated. So those denser foods, which while are beneficial, we just save a little bit later. This is the glowing green magic. This is, again, I just get so excited talking about it each and every time because I know what it's done for my body, my clients, my readers, so many in our community, and I just meet people every day that tell me about how much magic has come in their life from incorporating the GGS. So again, it's not just a regular green smoothie, like throw it all in, throw in dates and almond milk and whatever. No, this is a very specific ratio. Look up the smoothie recipe if you want on KimberlySnyder.com if you want to see it written out, but it's, again, water is the base, about 70% greens, which we mix and match, and then the lemon juice, and then 30% high fiber fruit. And of course you can mix and match the fruit as well. You can put in strawberries or just be careful of blueberries because they will make your GGS a little bit more brown, which is fine. Okay, great. So lots of questions. Cynthia says, if I'm a little bit hungry after drinking the GGS, is there something I can have after? Yes. So there's fruit in here. So right afterwards, you could have some fruit, or you could wait at least 25 minutes, let that fruit pass through, 30 minutes or so. Then you could have, oatmeal or gluten-free avocado wrap, or if you're really hungry, even a power protein smoothie or coconut yogurt and granola. There's tons of choices, tons of options afterwards, but you would still want to put this in your body first. So much energy, so good. Oh, and you want to make sure you chew a little bit. Chew while you're drinking it because it is a whole food. It's not a juice. You want to mix your saliva, which has natural amylase, natural digestive enzymes, so you absorb the most nutrition and you don't get bloated. So definitely chew your GGS. Respect that it's a whole food. Awesome, guys. Sheila said the first part, what greens did you use? So I mix and match, but the classic recipe is dark leafy romaine, not to be confused with iceberg, very different relatives. Spinach, celery, parsley, and cilantro. So, but again, mix and match. Use kale, use chard, use cucumber instead of celery, use arugula, use bok choy. Just see what looks good and mix and match so you're not having the same greens every single week. Yes, awesome guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you make the GGS part of your life. Also on KimberlySnyder.com, I have a lot of other variations. There are seasonal ones, there's the winter one, there's the spring one, the summer one, the Puerto Rican one. There's all different kinds of GGSs. So if you were looking for a little bit more inspiration, please check it out. Lots of other smoothie recipes as well in there, but this is our daily go-to every day. Get your greens, get your nutrition, get it all pre-blended and pre-mixed so you feel amazing and you can go out and be the best version of yourself. There's only one you in the world. You're so amazing as you are, and you just want to support that natural energy, that natural vitality, that natural beauty, and just be your best self, because nobody can be you, and that's the gift you can give the world. So sending you so much love, beauty. Would love to hear about any ideas or any other recipe variations. You can tell me about them here on KimberlySnyder.com. I'm also on Instagram and around, and of course my podcast is called Beauty Inside Out, and you can ask me more questions on there, and I answer them a little bit. I have more time to answer them as well. So make sure you guys subscribe, because I'm on here random times. I'll be back here, I think Monday, making another recipe on Kim Cooks Live too. So sending you so much love. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you soon.